Melanie, my darling, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, you're looking gorgeous as ever.
Thank you.
Right, I wanted to bring you on and have a good chat about your journey because it's been such a cool journey of enlightenment for you in so many ways, right? I remember talking to you that first day and
Yeah, I did.
you were doing all this hit training and you were frustrated and nothing was working and you're like, how to get rid of this? And I'm like, let's just do that. And like, there was a lot of trust that you had to build, to be able to do it. So
Yeah,
let's start with where were you at when
okay.
a little bit about you because Melanie's got 14 kids, and I always say, don't ever give me excuses because I know someone who's got her stuff together. So tell me a little bit about your background and where you were at
Okay.
when I talked to you.
Right, well, my background, yeah, I've been married 26 years next week. Married when I was 19. First baby on my 20th birthday, like 8 boys and 6 girls, plus 10 miscarriages. I've been quite through and I've quite a big obstetric history. And I've pretty much been home with the kids for years. Stay-at-home mum. And throughout that, after each pregnancy, I would always run. And I had a treadmill and I'd sort of like live on lettuce leaves if I was crash dieting, the whole what we all do. And it served me pretty well for a long time doing it that way. Like, oh, I'm going to lose my post-baby weight, finish breastfeeding now. On the treadmill I go, have a few crackers and some salads and it would just melt away. But then a few years ago, I noticed that wasn't working so well anymore. And I guess it was age as well, had failed me. I'm now 45. So I came into this program in September. But before that, I had been doing HIIT workouts that I bought on the internet. A lot were apps, some I bought through programs. And I'd been going really hard for at least a year and thinking, what is going on? Like, I was eating healthy. I mean, I was eating healthy, but I didn't know what the heck I was eating now that I know what I'm supposed to have been doing. So now that I look back, I can see where I went wrong. So when I first messaged you that day and I just found you on Facebook, I said, oh, no, what if it's something else that I'm just going to buy? And I remember being really upset because I'd been working really hard and I was starting to like crash and get really tired. And my husband's like, oh, you look beautiful as you are, but I'm like, I don't care, I'm working so hard and I'm not getting the results. So what is going on? And I was getting up in the morning, doing my workouts. And when I first met you, one of the things you picked up on the first conversation was I didn't have enough protein in my diet, and I went vegetarian about 3 years ago now. And I was like, well, like you said to me, what do you eat? And I'm like, I eat some legumes. And then you were asking me what I was doing. I'm like, no, I do strength training because in these HIIT workouts, like, you pick up dumbbells and you do this with this, and I'm doing it. I'm doing all this stuff. What is going on? And you were like, I think I know what's going on. And then from there, the journey's been amazing. So number one, my diet was not what I thought because I didn't know anything about macros. So I was depleted of energy. I didn't have any protein. Like, I had nothing compared to what I needed. Like, what a joke. I didn't know how many calories I was eating. I didn't understand the macro count. And then when it came to the strength training, that's where I was going horribly wrong. Like, I did not understand exactly what strength training was. And over the years, I've been in gyms a lot, I know, post-baby as well, but I'd never really been given, I'd never seen a barbell as far as seeing other people or weightlifters on TV. I thought that was something they did, not something I could do. Like, I just go to the gym and do 10 minutes on the treadmill, 10 minutes on the on the rower, 10 minutes on the bike, and then do a few little dumbbells. And then it's like, oh, okay, that's my workout done. I had no idea. So when I started with you and you got me into proper quality strength training, barbells, proper lifting, and understanding what lifting is. And also, like, one of the first things that happened is I wasn't so tired anymore because I wasn't like busting myself doing these HIIT workouts, which were draining. So that was a great thing. I had more energy. And then you showed me how to do the learning how to do the calories and the macro count has been absolutely invaluable information that I will never, ever stray from now, because now I know it. It's like, I understand hitting protein targets. I understand what that means. I understand what it means to my to building muscle, what it means in terms of my strength training. Like, I understand the real importance of it. So that is my goal every day, to make sure I get my protein. But it was funny because you started me at a lower calorie base, and you've slowly lifted me up. And there's all that fear that women have about increasing their calories, which I've had too. But my goodness, in the 6 months, or it's been longer than that, so it's September, what are we now, June? Since you've taken me on, you have put my calories up from like, I started on 1,300 a day, and now I'm on 1,800 a day. I have not gained anything. I've lost probably 7 kg since I started. I'm down to a size 8 from like a size 12 of what I was. I've got muscle. I get so excited. I'm like, I have muscle. That just excites. I get so excited about it. And it's amazing because you've actually brought my calories up, but I haven't gained fat. Like, that's not what's happened. So understanding how the process works and how slowly you did it, and letting my body adjust and bringing me up and then teaching me about sleep and hormones, that's been invaluable, because that's all the holistic part of it that comes into it, like sleep, proper understanding of what stress does, understanding how to use stress technique. I mean, I've got quite into mind techniques, which have helped me so much. So it's been a whole package deal, and it's just amazing. I mean, I love it. I'm up at 5:30 in the morning to do my, I'm one of those people that other people hate, because like, I bounce out of bed and I'm like, yeah, gonna work out, and I'm like straight in the gym, and it's dead silent. The kids aren't up yet, and it's like my time. I got my gym at home, and even I've got quite a lot of equipment now. What I've been able to achieve at home is quite amazing. So I still run sometimes. I love running as well, and that is my cardio that I enjoy doing. And it's like, but I don't run it's not, I do a couple of runs a week. It's not, my strength training is priority, so I have to have my energy for my strength training, because that's my first thing I do. So that's 4 sessions a week. Mobility, I quickly learned the hard way when I met you. When you said, oh, you need to do some mobility, I was like, well, that sounds really boring. Let's just get the weights. It doesn't really work like that, because if you don't have mobility, when you're doing like, you've got your barbell on your back and you're doing squatting, and you're using all your hinge joints in your hip. If you don't have good mobility, you're not going to be able to sustain that, and you're going to get injured, and then that's going to knock you out the gym. And that's what I couldn't stand. Once I injured myself last year, I quickly realized, well, this has held me back. That's not going to happen again. So mobility I do 4 times a week as well. All sorts of different mobility stuff. I teach the kids everything. My daughter, she's like, Mom, you're talking about protein again.
That is amazing. Remember me the first time when I said, I want you to journal? And you're like,
yes.
oh.
I was like, I'm not going to sit around writing in a book. Like, now I've got like journals everywhere, like little diaries everywhere. But I write things like, mindset stuff for the day, or wins for the day, or just positive 3 gratitudes for the day, like whatever it is. I prefer to write that, like the positive stuff, and that really helps me. And yeah, so I like doing that.
Wow.
But the thing that I really love about this is there's no end goal, there's no end. So that's what excites me so much, because it's always a journey. And even though, I achieve goals along the way, but I'm never going to wake up one morning and go, oh, I've done everything now. What do I do now? Oh, there's nothing to do. No, that will never happen for the rest of my life, because I can always lift another weight. I can always lift heavier. I can always, if I go for a run, I can run another kilometer. And there's always like achievements to be had. And I get quite hyped. I get PBs on my thing quite a lot. And I'm like, oh, I got a PB.
That's so exciting.
I can get PBs forever. Because
Yep.
even if it was 5 years from now, I'm going to get different PBs than I do now. So that's the excitement for me, is there's always going forward. And, I'd say to the ladies, like, don't compare yourself to others or to each other.
Yeah.
And to just compare yourself to your old self, and see how far you've come. Like, you're the only person you need to like compare yourself to, because once upon a time, like back then, you'd love to be where you are now. And that's what I tell myself when I'm having a moment of, it's like, well, hang on, look how far I've come.
Exactly.
So, that's where I was before. Now I'm here. And one day I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go there, and it's just the constant goal setting. It's always new and exciting.
Exactly that. It's like it never ends, eh? Our learning never ends, and our learning. of ourselves, and also progression of ourselves never stops, you know. And you did right about it, but like Ben, there is actually no end point. You just
No,
keep going, you know. You can always learn more about food and learn more about your body, and you know,
exactly.
your body's forever changing. So it's everything about this is just so true. And I think, you know, like for me, looking at you and knowing where you were when we started, and now
Yeah,
you just like you love strength training, HIIT training
yeah.
is that, right?
Oh,
But
yeah, no,
yep, like to know that, oh my God, I deadlifted blah 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 is like,
yeah.
wow, so
I
cool.
come out of the gym and I say, oh my gosh, guess what I did? I about it.
Yep.
And it's because I can see too what it's doing to my body. I can see and I can feel it. So when I'm in my day-to-day life, you know, and I'm picking up heavy groceries or the kids, or, you know, like I'm at the playground with the kids and I'm up the top of the playground and I'm, you know, throwing my kids around and my grandkids around. It's like I feel fantastic. So that like comes out of my training. So it makes me feel good. So it's like, wow, I've now brought that into my actual life because now I can
Right.
lift heavy groceries and I can, you know, help in the garden and do stuff. And you know, my husband's always laughing. He's like, oh, you're stronger than me now. I'm like, come on, I'll help you move the barbecue. You know, like I feel like good because I've built this strength. And
Do it.
you know, I'm a grandmother, which is like the weirdest thing ever because I'm 45 and I just, you know, my daughter's 3 and she's an auntie, which is so funny. But, you know, like I don't feel like a grandmother and I'm around the park like with my grandkids and I've got all this energy and I feel great. So that to me, why would you not do any exercise? Like, because it's what you like, because you feel so physically good from it. So that's why I love it.
Absolutely.
And then, like, of course, thanks to you, the catalyst has been of this program is that I'm now going
I
to.
know, this is so exciting. So exciting.
I'm amazed. So I've been at home with the kids since I was 19, and you know, I was kind of dreading the time when my youngest went to kindy, and I was thinking, what am I going to do? Like, I don't want to come home to a silent house. Like, I don't want to have nothing to do other than housework. You know, I'm too young for that, and I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't really have any sort of focus or goals. And then coming into this, oh my goodness, I've loved it so much that I'm actually starting personal training. Well, I've started a personal training course. I'm so loving it. And next week I go to my first class. I'm going to be a student for the first time since I left school at 16. I'm not sure if I'm going to be the oldest one there, but whatever. Hopefully I'll have something to bring to the class as a busy mum and some life experience. And because now I get to accelerate the learning. So now, in fact, my wall right now is covered in anatomy because I'm doing anatomy as the first part of my program. So I can't wait to go through this personal training course and actually learn even more about the quality of training, making sure I'm doing things correctly. And then one day being able to teach someone else, which would feel amazing because
I know.
so many people out there are doing what I did, struggling away, thinking, I'm doing everything right. I'm eating a salad. I'm getting up and running around the place. Why is this not working? What is going on? And I feel a lot of like compassion towards those people because I've been there and I feel, you know, for them that they don't know. This is like, you know, everyone's always looking for the magic formula. And there's so much online. You can buy this and buy that and some tea and this and that and a special magic pill. And it's like, it doesn't work like that. Yeah. This is where it's at. It's strength training, it's protein, it's macros, it's sleep, it's everything.
It's everything.
Yeah.
You know, and this is just what I love about this is it's given you purpose. Like, you know, you've been an amazing mum for all that time and you're right, like, what do I do now? Who am I?
Yeah,
and I can
that's what it was. Who am I? Yeah.
You
and
know,
I mean, it's crazy because I'm actually juggling, you know, I have 14 children. The oldest is 25, the youngest is 3. You know, it's after school activities. It's now looking after my daughter-in-laws who are giving birth, running around helping with breastfeeding, taking meals. You know, my oldest sons will ring me for stuff. We see each other all the time. We're a big family. We're always together. Saturday night's just a free for all of me cooking and there's food everywhere and kids everywhere. It's great fun. I'm always on the go, you know, so I sort of thought, how am I going to fit this in? But I want to do it. So I'm determined. I'm just one of those people who, when I decide to do something, I just make it happen and that's it. And I love that my primary school kids are really learning as well, because I've been able to teach them some of the nutrition stuff. So, you know, my kids have always got out in the kitchen cooking with me, always. So I want to pass on like a good body image to my daughters in particular, where mum isn't living on lettuce leaves and running miles and standing in front of the mirror going, oh, look at me. You know, this is like, they see mum healthy, fit, strong. So now I've got a new message to send to them that I never had before, which is strength. So I've chucked out that, you know, trying to, the old negative of, you know, my 20s of trying to be a little skinny rake, and you know, and I wasn't well from doing that. You know, I didn't have good health from looking after myself that way, you know, because I wasn't eating nutritionally. So I think that was probably really bad for my health. As a lot of women know in the program, you crash dieted all your life and you don't really realize how bad that was.
Yeah.
But now the new message for my kids is like strength, you know, look after yourself, you know, teach them about sleeping well. And I've taught them about mindset. They're really loving that. You know, they're picking up on all of that positive stuff. So it's just fantastic. I just love it. And I feel great. And I intend to feel great forever. I don't care, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I'm never going to stop.
What an amazing role model you've been and you are to every one of your 14 children, as well as like when you go out into, you know, the world of fitness, you will be this amazing role model, and people they'll listen to you because you have the empathy to understand where they are at and where they can go.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
What I love so much about this is I know where you were at, as I know where other women are at, and I know where they can go.
Yeah. And it's just, I look forward to learning how to speak to people as well in an empathetic way, because people are, obviously it's a sensitive topic at times when you're talking about your body image, and I want to be able to empower them and make them feel good and teach them properly and teach them so that they can do it. You didn't write me a meal plan. You taught me how to make my own meal decisions. And that's the key, like teaching people how to do it, not telling them what to do, but like giving them the skills to learn how to do it. So exactly. And I'm sure that you know, my food diary's come a long way now, like from where it was when I really know. And it's like, no, I know what to do now. Done.
See, that is exactly it. You can't teach anyone when you keep feeding them the information. Somewhere along the line, you've got to figure it out for yourself.
Yes, that's right.
Keep asking questions, you figure it out.
The self-responsibility of the program is you can put trainer eyes out all you like, but if people don't do it, then they're not going to get the results. And that's where the self-motivation comes in, and your own like reasons. And you've often talked about your why. You know, what is it that does it for you? What makes you want to go and do this and get this done? And for me, it's, you know, I get up in the morning and do it. So it's like, that gets me out of bed. I'm like, up to do it. And I've done it, and I've got the results, and I feel good. There's so many reasons why, like my why could change every week because there's so many cool reasons why. So,
You're just amazing, Melanie. I have loved having you on this journey, and looking forward to continuing on this journey and watching you now evolve. I've watched you evolve, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you evolve even more. And you've got so much to offer. So I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without you. I actually said to my husband last night, if I had never clicked on that ad for Christy that day, I wouldn't be sitting here in this little outfit I was wearing, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got this little outfit I can fit in, and I wouldn't have felt strong, and I wouldn't feel well, and I wouldn't be going to my class next week. Like none of this would have happened. And it's just been this huge, like, now it's like you say, it's a purpose for me. It's like something I've managed to turn into like a purpose. And there's so much good for anyone out there in doing a program like this. Like, it's just the best decision I ever made. So
I'm so pleased you did. So pleased. Awesome. Thanks, Melanie. Thanks for sharing that. That's gold to me. It's just like music to my ears. That's what it's all about.
Thank you.
Well, you'll keep us posted with your new classes next week, and
I'll let you know how I go. I'm going to learn. I love the learning, so
good.
I want to know everything.
Never too old, never too young.
You're never too old to learn. You can learn forever. Always be learning. Life's a journey. Keep learning.
That's the one. That's the one. Well, thanks, Melanie.
Thanks.
Thanks, darling. See you.